Acharya ji, you are mute.
Sen Gupta ji.
You can start, sir.
You can start. Namaskar, everyone. Bhagavat Gita is a scripture. It is meant for everyone, whether a child or a grown-up, somebody from the future or somebody from the past. It is a scripture because it addresses the human nature of struggling for fulfillment. Every human being is a struggler, whether actively or passively. And everybody is experimenting in life. We are trying to find out what is important to us, especially in the present century, where we don't depend much on the scriptures. We do our own thing. Each person today is busy doing his or her own thing in the name of discovering yourself. Okay. So the struggle to discover yourself is also the human struggle for fulfillment. Arjuna had this problem. Before we go ahead, we'll just go through some of the prayers. Every prayer is a request for good luck. Every time you take up a venture, a new venture, or a routine meeting like this, a prayer is a request to the higher power to allow us to complete whatever we have started without any obstacle. Nirvigna Parisamaptyartham. Without any obstacle, our endeavor should be completed. So for that, we invoke the grace of Ishvara. Om Sahana Bhavatu, Sahano Bhunattu, Saha Viryankaravavahai, Tejasvinavati Tamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Bhutagana Sevitam, Kapitta Jambo Palasara Bhakshitam, Umashitam Shoka Vinashakaranam, Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam, Saraswati Namastubyam Varade Kamarupini, Vidyarambham Karishyami Siddharthavatu Me Sada, Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasabhisham Tattvamasyaadi Laksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनं उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनं उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनं उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। सदा स्मेरवक्त्रं कृपापूर्णनेत्रं शिरं दीनमित्रं जनप्रीतिपात्रं सुविज्ञातशास्त्रं कषायात्तवस्त्रं दयानन्दरूपं पदं गुरुं नमामि। Today's personality from the Mahabharata is Ekalavya.
Volume is low.
Ekalavya was from a tribal family. He was keen to learn archery. At the same time, he knew that he will not be accepted as a student by Dronacharya because he is not from a warrior family. He is not a Kshatriya. Dronacharya had very strong views about uh, non Kshatriyas and people from other communities should not be encouraged to fight in war because they may not fight on your behalf, they may also fight against you. So, not to take any chances. Drona was very clear. He will teach only the Kaurava and the Pandava princes. Ekalavya was aware of this and he kept his distance, but he kept watching Dronacharya from a distance as he taught Arjuna the power of archery, the art of archery, the secrets also of archery. It is said that between Arjuna and Duryodhana, there was a contest. This was a test by Dronacharya to see how much these boys have learned. So Drona called up Duryodhana and he said, "Are you ready for the test?" Duryodhana was very arrogant. He says, "Of course I am." The test involved shooting a bird. Probably it was a mock bird, a target. Yes, it should be a moving target if you really want to test the skill. So this was a bird on the tree and Dronacharya asked Duryodhana, "You have to shoot the bird. So before you take aim, please tell me what do you see?" Duryodhana said, "My eyes are good. I see everything. I can see the tree. I can see the branches. I can see the bird. I can see the sky. And Guruji, I can see you also. I can see all these boys, other boys who are waiting for me to succeed in this test. I can see everything. My eyes are good." Duryodhana was very arrogant. But Dronacharya smiled and he said, okay, Duryodhana, take aim and shoot. So Duryodhana took aim and shot and he missed. He missed the bird totally. Drona smiled within because he knew the problem of Duryodhana. To show Duryodhana what the real focus is, he called in Arjuna and said, Arjuna, are you ready for the test? Arjuna said, if you think I am ready, yes, I am willing. I am willing to take the test. What do you see, Arjuna? Arjuna said, Guruji, I see the eye of the bird. Guruji smiled and said, go ahead, please take aim and shoot. Arjuna took aim and shot, and he hit the bird square and fair. Okay, this is Arjuna, the warrior, the one who has got total focus. You have such a focus that you cannot miss the target. A very interesting statement during the Kapil Dev's world beating team in 1983. When Kapil Dev scored 183 runs. And in the final, they won the World Cup. A reporter asked Kapil Dev, you are playing excellently. What actually happened that you kept on hitting every ball and scored almost a double century? Kapil Dev said, oh, when I was looking at the ball, it was not a cricket ball, I was seeing a football. Okay, the ball that I was seeing, I was a football, so I cannot miss a football. So every ball I used to whack it away. So this is called focus. So your target becomes so big that you cannot miss. For that, your mind has to go so close to the target that it cannot see anything else. Okay, so this was Dronacharya teaching Arjuna. And Arjuna excelled over all other students and he became a champion, you can say. Now, all this was being watched by Ekalavya. Ekalavya, as I said, he was a tribal boy. So, he used to watch Dronacharya teaching the boys and he watched every step of Arjuna as he practiced. Ekalavya also copied all these movements of Arjuna, everything that Arjuna did. So it's like a Xerox copy. So he copied everything and practiced on his own. The nice thing about Ekalavya was that he had Guru Bhakti. So he made an image of Dronacharya, a clay image, and he worshipped that image before practice, so that in his mind is very clear, Dronacharya is my Guru. Okay, whether Dronacharya accepts me or not, I don't know, but definitely I prostrate to my teacher Dronacharya and get his blessings to show off my archery. So he practiced and practiced and he was so good. He was so good. Okay. That he became much more skilled than Arjuna himself. So now when this Pandava princes along with the teacher Dronacharya. They were going in the forest. They saw a strange scene in which a dog was barking and Ekalavya, so he didn't want the dog to disturb this practice of uh, Dronacharya and the princess. So he kept shooting arrows at the mouth of the dog to seal the dog's mouth. Okay, without injuring the dog, it only sealed the dog's mouth. So it's that speed of the arrow has to be adjusted in such a way that it does not poke the dog beyond a certain point. At the same time, it should not fall down, losing its speed before it reaches a dog. So he kept on shooting arrows so that the full mouth of the dog was filled up with arrows. Okay, and when Dronacharya saw this scene, he looked at the boy and he said, "Oh boy, tell me, who are you?" He says, "I'm a Ekalavya, I'm a tribal boy, and I've been practicing archery." Dronacharya asked, "Who is your guru?" "Who is your guru?" Ekalavya says, "My guru is you only, Dronacharya. You have taught me everything that I know." So Drona said, "That is not possible. I have not taught you anything." Well, this boy said, "You may not have taught me, but I have learned from you. I've been secretly watching every step of yours and your students. And I've learned from their mistakes. I've learned from their skills. And every day I do puja unto you. I offer flowers at the statue of yours. Therefore, I am your student. You are my guru." Now, Dronacharya was stunned, and he had a favorite soft corner for Arjuna. And this boy is much more skilled than Arjuna itself because of his constant practice. Dronacharya could not accept this state of affairs. So he asked Ekalavya, "If you have taken me as a guru, you have to give me Guru Dakshina." In fact, partly Dronacharya's uh, prestige also was at hand. So I've been teaching my heart out to Arjuna, and he has reached a certain level of perfection. Now, without any teaching, this boy has overcome that level of perfection. He has gone beyond. That means me as a teacher is falling short. If he can improve his skills just without me, just with my thought, okay, that means my skill as a teacher is still lacking, it is still wanting. So that he, in his pride, he could not take that fact that without me as a teacher, somebody has excelled. Okay, so he said, "I want a Guru Dakshina from you, Ekalavya." Ekalavya said, "You ask whatever you want, I will give without a single thought. Okay, I will not hesitate." So Dronacharya said, "Please give me your thumb, the thumb which you use to aim your arrows. That thumb, please give it to me. That is my Guru Dakshina." Ekalavya was stunned. He said, "This is like asking me to give up my life, because my thumb is my life. Without my thumb, I cannot be an archer." Okay. But even in spite of being stunned, he said, "My guru is my first duty." Therefore, he took out his knife and cut off his thumb and gave it to Dronacharya. Dronacharya was really touched by this gesture, and he said, may you live a long life and may you prosper. Okay? And they walked away. Ekalavya, poor man, without his thumb, his skill was totally taken away from him. But he said, I will continue to practice with my other hand. But he never could reach that level of perfection again. Okay, so Ekalavya was a real hero because without any thought, he gave up his most dearest accomplishment, his greatest success, he sacrificed at the feet of his Guru. So this also shows how much people revered the Guru, and it also shows how much the Gurus were in competition with each other to show that they are better than the others. We go back to the second chapter. The second chapter starts with Krishna giving the message, Ashocyan Anvashocasva. I think I should send you the screen share. Okay. Can you see it? Screen share.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. Arjuna asked for knowledge. He asked for Shreyas. Shreyas is moksha. Moksha is basically uh, the ultimate good. Shreyas is the ultimate good. There is nothing better than Shreyas. Everything that is less than Shreyas is relative good. And Shreyas is the ultimate good. It is also the absolute good. Okay. So Krishna says, if you want Shreyas, you have to first face uh, your duties. You have to take care of your duties. And having fulfilled them, you can come to me for Shreyas. Not Shreyas is not something that you can get by getting away from your duties. Okay. And again, I find that you have conflict in your duties, Arjuna. Ashochan and Vashochasvam. This verse number 11 from chapter 2. Krishna gives the opening statement. You are sorrowing for something that does not deserve sorrow. Arjuna, you talk like a wise man. Prajnavadamsya bhashase. But I don't see any wisdom in your talk because I see only confusion. Wise people do not have sorrow for those who have gone away, those who have died. Gata sun, agata sunisya. For those who are dead and for those who are living. A wise person does not grieve. Okay. He explains his statement as he goes ahead. Again, in his closing statement, Krishna says, Ma shuchaha sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja. Abandoning all pursuits, you take refuge in me. I will free you from all papas. I will free you from all sorrow. Moksha ishyami. I will liberate you from sorrow. So be free from sorrow. Ma shuchaha. Ma Shuchaha, be free from sorrow. Okay. In the opening statement, he said, there is no reason for sorrow. In the closing statement, he says, there is no room for sorrow. Do not have this sorrow. Even if you have a sorrow, a human emotion, so surrender yourself unto the Lord and ask the Lord to take care. Okay. The Lord will do the rest. Ma Shuchaha, do not have sorrow. So this is the message of the Bhagavad Gita, right throughout the second chapter onwards to the 18th chapter. Krishna makes it very clear that there are sorrows that come from outside. There are sorrows that are within you. Okay. Sorrows that come from outside, you need to bear with. The heat and cold you have to bear with. Joy and sorrow, you have to face it. Okay. Whereas the sorrow that comes from inside comes from a certain judgment. And if the judgment is a wrong judgment, you are saddled with sorrow. If your judgment comes from the standpoint of wisdom, you are free from sorrow. So internal sorrow is basically your outlook, your attitude, and your perspective. If you change your perspective, there is no sorrow. Okay. If you miss that perspective, then you are constantly struggling with sorrow. This is Arjuna's problem, this confusion about what to do, what not to do. This confusion, and also the confusion that I want absolute Shreyas. I want the absolute good. Therefore, absolute good means freedom from sorrow. My fighting this war involves sorrow. Therefore, I think if I take sannyasa, I'll be free from sorrow. This was Arjuna's confusion. Krishna stopped him and said, please think again. Wise people are already free from sorrow, even when they are dealing with external sorrow. Even when you deal with external challenges within yourself, if you have the right perspective of yourself, you are not someone who is born and dying. You are eternal. Not only you are eternal, these kings who are standing in front of you, they are also eternal. Therefore, how can you really kill them? You can only destroy their bodies, but you cannot destroy their, you can say, the truth that they represent. All of them are eternal, wearing the framework of a human being. Okay, you are not a human being searching for spiritual fulfillment. You are a spiritual being who is already spiritually complete and perfect, playing the role of one who is searching for freedom. Okay, you are the nature of freedom. You are complete freedom, playing the role of someone who is searching for freedom. Therefore, look at yourself in the right perspective. From within, you will be free from sorrow. Outside sorrow is a challenge you have to deal with. So prepare yourself to deal with challenges. Matra sparshasu kaunteya shitoshna supada dukkadaha. Verse 14. It says that external challenges, they will keep coming and they will keep making your life go up and down. So, but understand they are not permanent. They come and they go. No disturbance, no obstacle will remain permanently. Everything comes only in order to go. So sorrow comes in order to go. It does not remain. So learn to face it. Agama painaha anityaha. They are temporary. They come and they leave you. Tan titikshasva bharata. Learn to endure them like a warrior. You are trained as a warrior to face difficulties. Do not shirk difficulties. Face it as a grown up person. Face it as a warrior. Now, Krishna also says a very important, you can say, advice. If Arjuna, if you are able to handle the crisis in your life with equanimity, sama dukkha sukham dhiram, if you take life as it comes, okay, without trying to uh, see it personally in terms of I like this, I don't like that. Don't interpret everything in terms of your own likes and dislikes, your own fears and your own worries. Keep your fears, your worries, your likes and dislikes, keep it aside and face the challenges. Sama dukkha sukham dhiram. If sukha comes, I am ready. If dukkha comes, I am ready. So this is the a person who is ready not only to face challenges, you're also ready for Shreyas. Shreyas is the ultimate good, which takes you beyond challenges, which takes you beyond sorrow and joy. It takes you to yourself, you, the one who is always free from sorrow. So if you learn to manage the challenges of life as you are going through life, you are preparing yourself for the ultimate gain. The ultimate gain is Shreyas. That Shreyas will make you free from all the dependence on life. You are no longer dependent on what happens to you. Once you know yourself, once you gain that Shreyas, you are totally independent from the life. You can participate in life, but that is just a role play. It is just a role play because you see yourself, you are full and complete, you are secure as you are fulfilled as you are. Therefore, life is just a bonus. All of life is just a bonus. Challenges come to make you more, you can say, stronger, and the welcome things in life comes to you as an incentive. Happy things come to you as an incentive in life. Sad things come to you as a challenge to become stronger and manage your life. Therefore, these are just part of the game. It's like you're playing in the IPL. A lot of challenges come to you. You have to learn to take your challenges professionally and also in terms of showing off your skills. Right? So don't worry about challenges. Life is a challenge, and life is not something to be dreaded. Life is just a game. So enjoy the game of life. Sukha dukkha will be there. Learn to take it as a in your stride. What is the truth about yourself? Avinashitu tadviddhi yena sarvamidam tatam. Verse 17. Know the reality of yourself to be indestructible. You, in reality, are an indestructible spiritual being, and your reality is not limited just to your body. Your reality is all pervading. You are not limited to just this time and place. You existed before, you will exist later. You existed at all times. and you also exist in all places. You are everywhere. This body only represents you. It is not you. Okay, you are associated with body. This body is limited. This body is in space and time. Okay, you are manifest through this body. You are expressing yourself through this body. At the same time, you are not limited to this body. You are sarvagatam. You are all pervading. Sarvam tatam. You exist in all beings. Vinasham avyayasya na kartum na kaschit kartum arhati. Nobody can destroy this indestructible self that you are. Therefore, Arjuna, nobody can kill you, nor can you kill anyone. If you think you are the killer, and if the other person thinks that he is killed, both of them do not really know, because neither are you the killer, nor are you the killed. You are all pervading reality. You are right here, you are right now, as you are complete, you are intact, you are secure, you are fulfilled. What about these bodies? Antavante me dehaha nitya syokta sharirina. So these bodies are mortal. They will not live forever. So you have to learn to take them for what they are. Learn to accept body will die. Okay. It does not mean you will die. It means your body will die. An example is given of how when the body changes, you do not change. Okay. It is said that just like you have different stages in life. You have childhood, you have youth, you have adulthood, you have old age. Now, in all these changes, you don't see yourself changing, you are the same. You have a photograph of your 2-year-old uh, birthday party. Okay, in that photograph, you see yourself and show it to everyone and see, look at this is me. Can you recognize this is me? Okay, who is me? This person in the photograph is me, right? Now, I am 68 years old and this photograph is a 2-year-old child. How can this child be me? Not possible. Okay, but the truth is, this is me. What has changed? Everything about me has changed, but I have not changed. So just like the different stages in your life, your body keeps on changing unrecognizably. The same thing is true even after death. Even after death, it is the body that changes. You do not change. You survive the body. Therefore, understand, death is not for you. Death is only for the body. You are indestructible. Therefore, Arjuna, where is the question of sorrow? Krishna comes to challenge Arjuna and says, you are a warrior. कैसे आदमी हो? आप तो इंसान हो या और कुछ? As a human being, as a warrior, it is your duty to fight. It is your swadharma. So, swadharma, swadharmam api chaveksha na vikampitum arhasi. Dharmadhi yuddhat shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. For a kshatriya, this type of war, which involves fighting for justice, fighting against injustice, is something that you have been trained all your life for. Okay, this is your life training, and when the challenge comes, so don't run away. So prove yourself to be worthy of a kshatriya, stand up and fight. If you do not fight, you will get akirti. Akirtin chapi bhutani katayishyanti te vyayam. People will talk ill of you if you run away from this war. You will get a bad name. And for a noble person like you, getting a bad name is worse than death. Therefore, learn to manage this war. Don't be faint-hearted. Don't lose your heart. Sukha dukhe same kritva labha labhau jaya jayo. Verse 38. Tato yuddhaya yujyasva naivam papam avapsyasi. Sukha dukhe same kritva. Learn to accept the challenges of life with a sportsmanship spirit. A sportsmanship spirit says, I am ready for challenges, I am ready for victory, I am ready for defeat also. Okay. If defeat comes, I will accept it gracefully. If victory comes, I will accept it gratefully. So be equal minded in handling sukha as well as dukkha. Okay. It is one thing not to uh, uh, not to worry about sukha dukkha. It is another thing to mistake one for the other. Very often people say you should be the same in all circumstances. You should be the same in all circumstances. It means you should not react to anything. That means you should become like a stone. That is not the message of the Gita. The message of the Gita is have that sportsman-like spirit in which you learn to take the challenges of life with a readiness. You may not smile, but you are ready for the challenge. Okay. You may not expect uh, uh, to win the challenge, but you will give it a good fight. You will give a good fight and you hope you will win. You pray you will win. You expect you will win, but you understand you cannot get a guarantee that you will win, right? Therefore, take it as part of the game. So you cannot win every game every time. Therefore, there's always a moment will come when even the world champion has to lose. That if that moment comes, be ready for it. Do not what you can say, feel ashamed. There is no shame in losing. So when you're holding, you can either say, I lost the gold, or you can say, I won the silver. See the difference. I lost the gold means I lost everything. When you say, I won the silver, well, I gave a good fight. Right? So this is called sama dukkha sukha. Learn to handle both sukha and dukkha with a readiness. Naivam papam avapsyasi. If you have this attitude, you follow your swadharma, you follow your duty, and you also do your duty in the right way, not in the wrong way. You follow dharma, definitely you will not get this problem of papa. Arjuna was talking about, I will incur sin by killing these people. Krishna says, you will not incur sin. You are fighting for justice. You are doing your duty. No papa will really touch you. Okay. In this context, two people, one is a murderer. So he attacked one person with a knife and cut that person open. Okay. Now this man was rushed to hospital and the surgeon looked at this wounded person and says, I have to operate. And how to operate? The surgeon also pulled out a knife. and he said, I will operate with this knife. Okay. Now, that person came to hospital because of somebody poking him with a knife. Now, once he comes to hospital, this doctor also he says, I am going to cut you open. Okay. So, what if a judge was sitting there and telling this surgeon, you're using a knife, you're hurting the person, you're cutting him open, therefore it is a sin. You're giving pain to this man, it is a sin. What if this judge told him, it is a sin? Well, that means this judge does not require, does not deserve to be a judge. Okay? Because a doctor is trying to save the man's life. He's not, his intention is not to kill, even if sometimes the man may die in spite of his surgery. He may die, but the doctor will not have to pay for killing the person. Okay, that man died in his hands, but the doctor will not be made to pay. Why? Because he is doing his duty. Whereas the other man, he went against his nature and killed this person. So that person will be punished. So that person will be punished with a noose. Okay. The doctor is rewarded. You have to pay through your nose. Okay, that surgeon fees, that fellow will charge, you really have to pay through your nose. The other person, he pays with the nose. Right? So even it is not what you do that is wrong. It is what is the intention with which you are doing. Okay. And how well is that intention being put to practice? Just intention is not enough. The intention has to be backed up by right action. If you're doing the right action, Arjuna, you don't have to worry about sin. Therefore, go ahead, be brave, face your challenges, and do the right thing. Now, the secret of Karma Yoga is talked about. Krishna says, doing karma is not Karma Yoga. Doing karma is mere action. That action becomes beautiful when you have the right attitude. That right attitude makes karma into Karma Yoga. Okay. We used to be students in the ashram in Powai, and we used to have 1 hour of gardening activity, and we used to call it as a Karma Yoga. Okay. Now, gardening is not Karma Yoga. Okay. But every student is expected to use that opportunity to, you can say, offer seva. It is a part of a seva. You're offering your seva to the ashram. You're doing the gardening. So it becomes a dedicated activity. So when you do it with the right attitude, it becomes karma yoga. So karma is not yoga. Karma done with the right attitude is karma yoga. Right? So Krishna says, Vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekeha kudu nandana. So in karma yoga, do not worry who is doing what and where are you? Are you given the right job or not? Don't worry about all that. Whatever is allotted to you, do it with the right attitude. This is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. A single pointed dedication. Let your not mind waver here and there. Let your mind be totally focused. And that focus comes with a background of dedication. I dedicate this action unto the Lord. Okay. Bahushakahi anantasya buddhayaha avyavasayina. Without this dedication, you will always be half-hearted in your work. With this dedication, your whole heart is in the work. The work itself becomes worship. Right? Now, Bhogaishwarya Prasaktanam Dayapahrita Chetasam Vyavasayatmika Buddhi Samadhav Na Vidhiyate. People who are doing karma, the Veda talks about many types of karma. It also talks about Kamya karma. Kamya karma is desire-based activity. So if you are interested in fulfilling your desires, you have specific rituals that are meant for fulfilling those desires. The Veda is full of such type of rituals. They are called Kamya karma. People get carried away by this power of rituals and they lose track of what they really want in life. Okay, so it is like you go to a supermarket, there are so many goods there. You get attracted to everything and everything. Definitely, you cannot buy everything. Okay, but your heart is there. I want this also, I want that also. You came with the intention of buying one product, but once you go in, you end up buying 15 different products and you forget what you came in for. So this is called life. We are distracted by so many different things in life. Everything is inviting, everything is attractive. Can you make your mind focused and resolved so that you just focus on your dharma, your swadharma, and focus on it? How you uh, how you execute your dharma. Also, there is a right way, there is a wrong way. So when you do the thing, when you do the right thing in the right way for the right reasons, the right results will come to you. This is Krishna's assurance. Okay, if you keep doing the right things, you will get the right result. Is there any guarantee? Krishna says there is no guarantee in life, but in all probability, you will get what you want. Have a focus, do the right thing in the right way for the right reasons. You will get the right results. Don't depend on a guarantee because nothing can be guaranteed in this world. Nothing comes with a guarantee. But understand that Krishna's assurance is keep doing the right thing until you get the right results. Sometimes you may not get the intended result. Sometimes you may get good luck and you can get much more than what you expected. Sometimes you face bad luck and you lose a lot. Okay, there is no guarantee in life. It all depends on your past karmas. But one thing is there, if you keep doing the right thing, in the long run, you will get the right results. In the short run, you may not get something that you wanted, but definitely in the long run, you will get the right results. So have this focus. Do not lose heart. With the whole heart, work for what you want, but ensure that it is the right thing to be done and ensure also that it is part of your expected duties. If it is beyond your expected duties, if it goes against your expected duties, it is not the right thing. It is not dharma, it is not swadharma. So, vyavasayatmika buddhi. This is the focus of karma yoga. Make your mind resolved, do the right thing in the right way for the right reasons. Karmanyeva adhikarasya, verse number 47. Ma phaleshu kadachana, ma karma phala heturбhu, ma te samgostu akarmani. Karma is in your hand, the result is not. Okay, you have adhikara over karma, you have choice over karma. I think this word choice is a better translation than adhikara is translated as authority. No, here it is not in the sense of authority. It is in the sense of choice. You have choice of karma. You can choose what to do, what not to do. But you cannot choose the result because that result is not in your hand. You can choose to work for the result, but you cannot choose the result because it comes by the laws. So the result is something that you have to learn to accept. Even though you did not want that result, if it has come to you, it has come because of some reason, you accept it without protest, right? And if you don't like it, you don't have to swallow the result. You can manage the result. A nice example is when you go to a temple, you get prasad. So sometimes you get that banana or mango and you are a diabetic person. So should you accept that mango or not? Well, better accept the mango. You don't have to eat it. Okay, but you have to accept it. And then you can dispose it in a best way possible. You can give it to someone or you can eat little and leave the rest. That you manage the result, but you have to accept it wholeheartedly. Whatever result comes, learn to accept it. This is called ma karma phala heturbho mate samgosu akarmani. Do not become dependent on the result. The result is by the way. Your karma is all the way. You have choice in karma all the way. You have no choice in karma, therefore you cannot choose the result. So therefore, don't depend on the result. You can work for it, but don't be bound by it. Yogastha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya. Remaining in yoga, this is the karma yoga attitude. Remaining in yoga, do your karma, give up the dependence on the karma. Don't be attached to the karma. You do the karma because it is the right thing and it is something that is expected of you to be done. Therefore, do it with that attitude that I am not the, what you can say, I am fulfilling my this karma is an opportunity for me to praise the Lord, to offer worship. So when you have that attitude, you are not attached to the karma. Okay, it is not I am doing it for myself. I am doing it as part of my expected duties, and I'm also doing things that are within dharma. If I like something but it is not within dharma, then I choose to avoid it. If I don't like something but it is within dharma, then I choose to go for it. So I choose dharma over my likes and dislikes. Therefore, I'm not attached to the karma or the karma phala. I'm more attached to the dharma. I'm more attached to what is right rather than what I can get from my karma. So this is called Sangam Tyaktva, having given up the attachment. Siddhya Siddhyoho Samo Bhutva, whatever comes in life, learn to accept it as gracefully and gratefully. Samatvam Yoga Uchyate. This is the secret of yoga. Samatvam. Okay. Buddhi Yukto Jahatiha Ube Sukrita Dushkrite Tasmad Yogaya Yujyasva Yoga Karmasu Kaushalam. Yoga is Karmasu Kaushalam. Kaushalam means Kushalata. Uh, the skillful way of doing things. The skillful way of doing things is when you have the right perspective. When you have the right perspective, you do the right thing and you do it in the best way. Okay? It is not enough to do things in the best way, but you have to choose to do the things that are best for you. It is not enough to do things in the best way. You also have to choose the things that are best for you. Okay? When you do the things that are best for you and you do it in the best way, that is called Kaushalam. Kaushalam is not merely skill of doing something, but like my teacher said, even a pickpocket is skillful. Okay, he knows how to pick the pocket without you noticing at all. Now that is a skill, but that is the wrong thing to do. So Kaushalam is find the right thing to do and do it in the right way. Okay. If you keep doing the right thing in the right way for the right reasons, you will get the right results. Now, end of second chapter, Arjuna asks, please tell me what are the characteristics of the person who has fulfilled himself, who is rooted in this knowledge, Siddha Prajna. His knowledge is so well rooted that he enjoys complete fulfillment. What is the sign of such a person? Krishna says, you cannot judge a person just by his external uh, appearance. The real test of knowledge is whether this person is happy in himself, by himself, without depending on anything. If this person doesn't depend on anything for his happiness is because of what he knows. His happiness is not because of what he does or what he gets. He is independent of karma. He is not dependent on results of karma. Such a person, Atmani eva Atmana tushtaha, Siddha Prajna tada uchyate. Okay, such a person does not have hatred for anyone. He does not have over dependence or excessive love for anything or anyone. Nabhinandati nadveshti tasya prajna pratishtita. Yada samharate chayam purnonganiva sarvashaha. Like a tortoise who is able to withdraw his limbs at will and extend his limbs at will. This wise person, so he can engage in action at the same time he is free from action. He can extend his sense organs and mind and participate in action. At the same time, he sees something within. And his fulfillment is because of what is within. Therefore, he is no longer dependent on action. What is within is the truth of yourself. You are full, you are complete, you are secure, you are fulfilled right here, right now. Okay, this is the knowledge that makes you free from action. You are in action. You are participating in the dance of the world. At the same time, you are like a lotus leaf. The water in that lotus leaf does not touch you. Okay, it may be dirty water, it may be clean water. It does not really touch you, it just passes off. Therefore, everything in life is just passing. You are the one who is eternal. The eternal is not troubled by every passing wind. Learn to recognize your root. You are so strong that nothing can touch you in this world. This strength comes from the knowledge of yourself. You are not what you appear to be. You are what you are. You are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled as you are right here, right now. Okay. The second chapter ends with Arjuna asking, why does a person get into doing wrong things, getting attached? You say attachment is a problem. How to get over attachment? Krishna says, attachment is when you constantly contemplate on something, it is nice, I want this, I want this. It is something beautiful. If your mind is just arrested by that, it doesn't move ahead. That means it is like the advertisements. They keep on advertising, buy this, buy this, buy this. First time you see this, it doesn't matter. Second time you see, you just look. Third time you say, hey, this is interesting. Fourth time you say, hey, this is something really good. Fifth time you say, I must buy it. Okay, when you keep on doing the dhyanam, dhyayato vishayan pumsaha sangasteshu upajayate, you get attached to it because you lose your perspective. Okay, like Arjuna saw only the eye of the bird, you see only the eye of the advertisement. Okay, if the advertisement is like a bird, you see only the eye of the bird, and you get hooked onto it. So this is called, you get attached. The more you contemplate, the more you get attached. Sangat sanjayate kamaha, then it becomes a desire. Attachment becomes a desire. Desire provokes anger. When you don't fulfill that desire, you get angry. When somebody comes and cuts off your desire, you get really angry. Krodhat bhavati sammoha, you get deluded because of anger. Sammoha smriti vibramaha, your memory is affected, your wisdom is affected. Smriti pramshat buddhi nashaha. When your memory is affected, your wisdom is affected, then your judgment is faulty. Buddhi nashat pranashyati. So, if you really want to control your attachment, stop contemplating on things which you love. Don't keep on going back to those things again and again. Learn to stand apart and watch. Be objective. Everything has got a value and everything has got a cost also. So when you see only the value and don't see the cost, then you get carried away by it. When you see only the cost and not the value, then you keep on avoiding it all the time. What you need to do is to have a balance. Know the value of things and know the cost. Therefore, you can judge, is it worthwhile or is it not worthwhile? So this is called wisdom. So with that wisdom, may you be free from attachment. May you have this knowledge of yourself. You are like the ocean. The ocean is always complete. The ocean does not depend on rains. The ocean does not depend on the river water. It is complete by itself. Okay. The lake depends on river water. The lake depends on rains. Are you a lake or are you the ocean? If you have this knowledge, you become like the ocean. You become independent of everything that happens around you. Okay, we go to the third chapter. We'll just introduce the third chapter. Arjuna asks Krishna, you praise the path of action. And you also talk about sannyasa when you talked about the person who is sthita prajna, the person who is perfect. Okay, you talked about him as not being attached to action, not being attached to things. That means you're talking about sannyasa. You also talked about karma. Doing karma is something very important. I am confused. Should I do karma or should I take sannyasa? Should I follow my duties or should I resign and go for sannyasa? Because sannyasa seems to make you free. Karma seems to make you tied up. So I see karma as being tied up. I see sannyasa as becoming free. So you seem to be saying both. This is also good, that is also good. Please tell me one thing which I should follow, which is really good for me. And Krishna says, sannyasa and karma yoga, both are wonderful in their own way. Jnana yogena sankhyanam, karma yogena yoginam. I have given for the Sankhyas, for the people who pursue self-knowledge, I have given them a lifestyle of sannyasa. Jnana yogena sankhyanam. Sankhya is sannyasa here. I've given them a lifestyle in which they pursue knowledge. For the yogis, those people who are doing karma, I've given them karma yoga. So for the yogis, for whom they have their priorities in terms of duties and other things, karma yoga is the best. For those people who are free of duties, those who are not expected to fulfill the duties, they are already living a life of a sannyasi. So for them, the only commitment is knowledge. So sannyasa is connected to knowledge, and grahastha or householder's life is connected to action. Okay, more of this we'll be talking in the next class. Sannyasa is one thing is sannyasa is a lifestyle. Other is sannyasa as the knowledge of reality. Krishna talks about the sannyasa as a knowledge of reality much more than sannyasa as a lifestyle. Okay, we'll see this in the next class. So any questions, you're welcome. I just introduced the chapter. We'll go deeper in the next class. आज का क्लास हजम हो गया क्या? I just wanted to check with all of you.
It was, I think, too heavy for all of us.
It is too heavy. Okay.
Yes, it appears to be too heavy for all of us.
Okay.
Take some time to digest. Possibly we will start next time we will start with some question answers
Okay.
by digesting.
So this is exactly what happened to Arjuna also. Second chapter
Sir,
was
sir,
heavy for
one
him.
small doubt. Sir, one small doubt. Samata Sinta here. How can the Dronacharya, a teacher can be so selfish, sir?
Can you repeat?
During those days? Dronacharya is a very great teacher. How can he be so selfish to ask for the thumb of a small boy?
Okay. This tells you something, no? It tells you that nobody is perfect. Everybody's got their own ego, and if the ego interferes in all their wisdom, you may be very wise, but still, if you are not manage your ego, then that wisdom remains more as a skill. It does not become part of your life. Everybody has got their own limitations. Nobody is perfect. And we all are managing our imperfections. So karma yoga is the ability to manage your imperfections also. So ego comes in the way, and somewhere you are not willing to accept your limitations, your imperfections. So ego destroys your ability to manage your limitations. So Duryodhana Dronacharya was an egoistic person. That is why he asked Arjuna to fight a war with his ex-classmate. Okay, ex-classmate was Drupada. So he asked Arjuna to capture Drupada and make him fall at my feet. So isn't that ego? Dronacharya had a big ego. He wanted to be the best of all teachers. That was his problem.
Thank
Yes,
you, sir.
Santaji?
That means people are not aware of, not free of ego during those days also.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
So
Thank
everybody
you, sir.
is struggling with their egos.
Acharya ji, one little thing. The stanzas that you are reading out now and the earlier ones that you've given us, as a whole, all the 18 chapters, they are not matching. They are very different.
Yes. That's what Arjuna also asked Krishna. He says, you please tell me, you are confusing me. Right? You are confusing me. So be very clear. So wherever there are areas of doubt, please resolve it for me. I think as we go through the 18 chapters, so wherever you find contradictions, please note it down so that we can discuss it. Is that okay? Kusumji?
No, the thing is, what you given in the PDF and what you
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
in the PDF you've given us today, that what we discussed, and the earlier, the first time that you gave us the Bhagavad Gita, the whole 18 chapters, the
Correct.
verse, they don't synchronize.
I think you have to go deeper into the verses to see the connection.
Uh, even
Can you give
the
me an example where it doesn't synchronize?
see number 11 here
Yeah,
in the first this
correct.
eh, the one that you'd given us earlier.
Yeah.
It Ayaneshu cha sarva.
That is first chapter. That is chapter 1. What I've shown you here is chapter 2.
I'll tell you, I've got in chapter 2 also.
Okay.
So they are not synchronizing. That's why I was saying, is it a different book or
Yeah, it's a different thing. It's
okay?
what I've given you earlier is chapter 1, and what I'm doing now is chapter 2. That
Correct.
also I've sent you. I've sent you both.
Yes. But your PDF and this doesn't match. That's the thing I'm saying.
Uh,
It's not
I'll-
match.
okay. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. and get back.
Please. Thank you so much.
Okay. Sure.
Lovely class. Lovely class.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, Acharya ji.
Okay. There's so much to give from the Bhagavad Gita that there's always a feeling that you're never done full justice.
No.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, you are more than explaining to us, and so lucidly,
Okay.
without this. Very nice. Thank you so much.
Okay.